In the name of Allah, the Beneficent and the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, July 4th, 1930. I furthermore bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is the exalted Christ, and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our last divine warner, teacher, and guide. It is in these names that I greet all of you in the words of Assalamu alaikum. I am your brother Gerald X. And once again, before I get started, I'd like to thank those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And those who have not yet subscribed, I ask if you will go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and invite friends and family to subscribe as well. I entitled this video, The Power of Music. I won't be long, but I just want to share with you for a few minutes on the power that music has over generations of people and how the music industry uses music to influence people. I was born in the 70s. I was born in 71. So yeah, I'm telling my age. But I can remember my mom and my aunties and my uncles and my dad talking about how the music was like in the 50s and 60s. And I look at a lot of old footage uh, of artists back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And I can remember from like the mid 70s. And I can honestly say in the 50s and 60s, the music, it was way more positive than it is today. You know, music back then, it gave people life. You know, music back then, it brought people together. It was fun music, positive music. You know, music did not influence people to do foolish things back in the 50s and 60s. It was more mature music. It talked about love, it talked about happiness, talked about joy, talked about peace, talked about unity. And even when they talked about, you know, things like partying and romance, it still was not over sexualized like it is today. There were a lot of love songs in the 50s and 60s, but they were love songs, not sexual songs. So people were more mature in their music then. I remember in the 70s when you had the well, not the R&B, that was not until the 80s, but you had the soul music that brought people together. You had the funk music, you know, you had some pop music. And even when you had punk rock music and things like that, it didn't overshadow the good vibes that was in music then. And that's why you had less violence in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You know, people would get together, have family outings. You know, music actually brought people together. We would have a good time. You know, the disco era. A lot of disco songs had positive messages uh, in it. A lot of soul songs had positive messages in it. But today, it's totally different. You know, when the mid 90s hit or the early 90s, you got the gangster rap. Now you got trap music. You know, a lot of songs now are over sexualized. They promote sex, not love, sex. Songs they songs that glorify violence, glorify crime. You know, therefore it is influencing this generation to wander off the path of righteousness. See, this is the power of music. You know, WAP, talking about a female's wet vagina, influencing young girls to measure their womanhood by their vagina. See, this is negatively influencing our young girls. So we got all of this over-sexualized music, all of this trap music, all of this gangster music from blacks and whites that's negatively influencing our youth. That's not the way it was in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, even in the early 90s. Songs brought people together. You know, songs were fun. Songs were about partying. But it influenced people to do things stupid. One reason, because we were raised better during those times also. But the industry now has used music to influence freakiness, drugs, crime. You know, you got lesbians now making songs. You know, you got gay rappers. So the music industry now is using its power to influence our children to wander off in the wrong direction. So we got to really educate our children not to be influenced by a lot of the songs that they hear today. Because a lot of these singers and rappers who make these negative songs, they do not teach their own children to do any of these things that they rap about or sing about in their songs. But they're influencing other people's children. And I disagree with that. So the power of music. The power of music. Let's take music back to the messages of the 60s and 70s, especially in this pandemic time that we're in now. Music has been very powerful. James Brown, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, was a powerful song that influenced black people to love their blackness. You know, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, the OJ's Love Train, songs like that gave out positive vibes, and therefore the people had positive energy. But now most of the songs put out negative vibes, and most of this generation are full of negative energy because of the music that they listen to. Now, music is not the only thing that is negative in today's world, but it does have a powerful influence. So let's educate our children once again not to be everything that these songs portray. You know, because it has a major impact on our youth. So music is very, very, very powerful. You know, let's take over the radio stations and bring back positive music with positive messages, positive songs, so we can reverse that negative energy in music back to the positive energy that it once had. And that positive energy has never left. We just got to bring it back and bring it and, you know, take it and bring it up to the modern day times, but put that positive energy back into our music. And I just want to share that with you, brothers and sisters. Let's not let music influence ourselves and our children negatively anymore. With that being said, please share this video with family and friends. I want you all to have a wonderful and blessed day. And once again, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, this is your brother Gerald X. Assalamu alaikum.